Now, here is where anger is directed in the right way, and now she's being attacked for it. But I'm highlighting this story because it is a new step in our fascist state. It is a new this stuff did not used to happen. The closing of accounts, the banking attack against activists, even when it had nothing to do with that bank, meaning she wasn't protesting that bank. Now, still, that would be wrong, but why did Chase Bank cancel this Cop City protesters' accounts? Most of you know Cop City is the thing, the $90 million, I think, city being built in Atlanta, Georgia, in order to facilitate cop training and or facilitate police brutality in urban areas. It's also going to be used for filming, so Hollywood can show you police brutality and highlight it as if it's fun and exciting, and those are the good guys. So there's protest there, also because they're knocking out a lot of trees to do it, 100 acres or something. And so there's large protest there, and the cops came in and killed one of the protesters who we now know had his hands up, unarmed, when they shot and killed him. So that's a straight up cold-blooded murder. And actually, she was protesting. Well, I'll get to that. Why did Chase Bank cancel this Cop City protesters' accounts? Teresa Shen, a 31-year-old therapist living in Brooklyn, checked her mailbox earlier this month and found some perplexing correspondence from Chase Bank, the consumer banking branch of JP Morgan Chase, where she'd been a customer for more than a decade. The letters had surprising news. One letter said that they were closing my checking and savings accounts. Another said that they were closing my credit card. Just why Chase was closing Shen's accounts was not immediately clear from the letters, which said only that the bank was taking the step due to a publicly reported financial investigation. She then pressed them more and trying to find out, and they wouldn't tell her much. She was arrested on January 18th of this year, the same day Georgia State Patrol officers shot and killed another protester, Manuel Tehran, known to their friends and fellow protesters as Tortuguita. Officials initially claimed officers killed Tehran after they shot at officers, but body-worn camera video from the day shows officers appearing to suggest that the police had inadvertently fired at each other and then killed a protester in the process. The autopsy showed that he had his hands up when he was shot and killed. The next day, after her accounts were cut off, Shen spoke to someone else who was a little more forthcoming. He told me, I don't really see anything here on other than two words. The two words were negative media as to why her accounts had been shut down. But the Chase representative wouldn't say more. Shen said, according to Shen, he soon began to interrogate her about what she might have done to justify losing her accounts. So this is a new step. It was done. One of the first times I've seen it in U.S. and Canada was against some of the leaders of that trucker protest in Canada. They cut off those accounts, but I have not seen it done in the United States. Maybe I missed a story or two, so I don't know whether this is the first time, but it is exceedingly rare, at least. Might be the first time. And it is a new step towards fascism. If these horrible entities that are creating and funding fascist police centers, and then you try and fight back against them, and they freeze your accounts, shut down your accounts, shut down your credit cards, try to shut off your ability to pay for things in this society, that is a new step in our fascist system. Really disgusting to see. I want to keep going because I have a lot of other stories, but yeah, everyone should be horrified to see that being done now as a new tactic by our ruling elite, by our JP Morgan Chase banks.